Tips from an Employment Tribunal Judge, Part 2. In Part 1, we talked about how using emotive language in your documents actually makes the judge's job harder and therefore hurts you in the process. And this time I want to talk about what this judge said was the most important document in the process. Not the ET1, that's important too, but actually he talked a lot about the list of issues document. Now, this might be a bit surprising because the list of issues is kind of buried inside another document. So when you file your ET1 claim and your employer then sends in the ET3 response, the next thing that happens is that the tribunal will send you both a letter saying it's time to go to a preliminary hearing. You don't always get them, but it's pretty common to do. And in that hearing, they send a case management agenda. Case management agenda is really about the admin of the case. You're not there to make any big arguments typically. Typically, you're there just to sort out what are the legal questions going to be in this case, and who is going when are the dates, all that kind of stuff. And in that case management agenda, there's a really innocuous little question that says, what are the list of issues for this matter? And that is the key document that sets out the rest of the entire case for however long it's going on. So what is this list of issues? The easiest way to explain this is to ignore the word issues and think of them as legal questions. So basically, the judge, their job is to answer and make a decision about a number of legal questions when a case is brought to them. And one of the first things that they need to do is to understand exactly what those legal questions were. So for example, if you were bringing together a case of unfair dismissal, then there are a set of legal questions behind that unfair dismissal claim. For example, did they follow a fair process or have a fair reason for that unfair dismissal? So there are specific questions that you need to answer. And figuring out those questions sets the foundation for the entire rest of the case. Because when you make your arguments, making your side of the case, you are basically saying, this is my answer to that legal question. And the other side is giving their answer to each of those legal questions. So this judge said, come in as prepared as you can with that list of issues, because that helps us figure out specifically what we need to decide in this case. It's not just, I was treated unfairly, I feel angry. It's, I was discriminated against because of this protected characteristic, I was unfairly dismissed and it was because of an unfair reason, that kind of stuff. We do have more about list of issues. You can check out our bio. We have some more help with this.